The look on Nancy Pelosi's face is indicative of the entire Democratic Party, who watched in horror as President Trump delivered a well-received State of the Union address. While the Trump administration's honored guests included police, fire, and military heroes, as well as parents of children murdered by MS-13 gang members and average Americans taking steps to improve their communities and businesses, the Democrats brought illegal aliens. These optics are worse than holding the government hostage over the demands of illegal immigrants. MSNBC's Joy Reid was triggered by Trump using the word family. After watching the State of the Union, she tweeted, "Church, family, police, military, the national anthem." Trump trying to call on all the tropes of 1950s era nationalism. Reid being upset at the mere mention of those words is very telling because it emphasizes the fact that these are all things that those on the far left, whether they admit it or not, truly do hate. Was this Trump's greatest troll yet? MSNBC was defending the incredibly violent gang MS-13 after the president mentioned them in his speech,
in which he makes it sound like the biggest issue in the United States, the biggest threat is MS-13, a gang nobody that doesn't watch Fox News has ever heard of. So he makes it sound like they're the biggest threat.
Why does he do it?
Because he's playing to the audience that he wants applause from.
These haters couldn't even stand and applaud a booming economy, soaring stock market, and lowest rate of black unemployment in history. Morning Joe's Mika Brzezinski defended the Dems not clapping for great dictator Trump, saying he literally screwed everybody in that room over a few too many times. Well, if the dropping Democratic lead over Republicans is any indicator, it seems America finally realizes that they've been screwed over by the left a few too many times and won't be clapping for the Democrats in 2018.
I think Nancy Pelosi looks like that all the time. I think she should smile a lot more often. I think the country would be better for it. She seems to kind of embody the bitterness that belongs in the Democrat Party right now. I think last night was a good step forward. Hopefully they can let go of some of that, and they have to make a big decision. They need to decide, Chris, do they love America more than they hate this president? And are they willing to put some of those differences aside, come together, and do what's right for this country?
The director of the FBI, obviously, recently selected by President Trump. He got the memo. He could have come out and said, this is reckless, don't release it.
Let me just say this with all due respect. You really don't know what you're talking about right now.
But did Christopher Wray look at it or no?
I can't say whether he did or not.
She is a babbling mess, and they are totally panicked because she was involved, Donna Brazile was involved, the word is Adam Schiff was involved. They've all been in meetings with the Clintons. They've all been in meetings going back before the election even took place on November 8th, fixing all of this fake intelligence. Here we come now, baby, with the truth again. Not backing down. We got the globalists in a stranglehold. The walls are closing in on them. The globalist criminal Soros stay-behind networks and the Clinton crime networks are hanging on by their fingernails. More and more of them are resigning. Many others are being indicted. That's right, they're operatives at Uranium One. Their entire crime network is being rolled up. The storm is here. The globalists have had their storm. Now we have our storm. I'm going to get back to the MSNBC saying that Devin Nunes must be a Russian agent with no proof. But first, the new article's gone up on Infowars.com and Newswars.com. We need to spread this article because this is what fear looks like. Jamie White writes for Infowars.com, Pelosi melts down over hashtag release the memo on CNN. House Majority Leader Nancy Pelosi melted down on CNN following the House Intelligence Committee vote to release the secret FISA memo, allegedly detailing abuse by the Justice Department and Obama administration. She then gets into an argument with Cuomo. Big shakeups happening. And again, Schiff, who was saying, oh, there's no real evidence. It's all no big deal 2 weeks ago, is don't release the memo. No, it's a sad day for America. Don't put the president's rights above yours, America. You're trying to remove the guy we elected who's had the economy turn around while you guys try to stop it. With all your gloom and doom, I'm surprised we've got this much done. Unbelievable. You know, in China, they execute you for trying to cheerlead the economy down. I think that's wrong. I'm just saying these people are allied with China, doing in America what China has outlawed. Incredible. So continuing here, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to Nancy Pelosi as she spazzes out on CNN.
Yes, why would they put it at the mercy of Dennis Nunes, who doesn't even read the memo, and say the American people should see it? The DOJ is only one part of the intelligence community. The intelligence community is vast. It's the CIA, the DNI, the National Defense. Everybody has their element of it.
So she calls him, I think, Dennis Miller, not even Dennis Nunes. Does he know he's Devin Nunes, the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee? She said, like, at least 12 or more speeches I've seen that George W. Bush is in office, and George W. Bush is a Russian agent, even though he hadn't been in office in 9+ years. And continuing here, we've got her saying it's the director of DNI. So she calls the DNI DNA. So the director of national intelligence is now the director of DNA. So there's just no end to this lady. Let's go ahead and play the next clip where Pelosi turns on Cuomo.
Christopher Wray, the director of the FBI, obviously, recently selected by President Trump. He got the memo. He could have come out and said, this is reckless, don't release it.
Let me just say this with all due respect. You really don't know what you're talking about right now.
But did Christopher Wray look at it or no?
I can't say whether he did or not, but he did not.
So we probably should watch the whole interview. She is a babbling mess, and they are totally panicked because she was involved. Donna Brazile was involved. The word is Adam Schiff was involved. They've all been in meetings with the Clintons. They've all been in meetings going back before the election even took place on November 8th, fixing all of this fake intelligence and getting the fake warrants. And that's what the FISA memo that's been declassified, the 99 pages, 10% of it is still blacked out, says that the FISA court said 3 times this is illegal.